Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be reacting to more unpopular opinions about Miraculous. If you want to see more of my reactions to opinions, or if you want to leave more opinions yourself, make sure to leave a comment down below, or go check out my other video where I talk about more of your Miraculous unpopular opinions. So the first opinion that I'm looking at is by Loved Died in 2009. And the opinion is, even though we saw all the holders in the season 6 finale, my gut is telling me either we'll never see them work as a team, or they will appear more often but it will be at Cat Noir's expense, and I'm not ecstatic about either. I agree with this 100%. Obviously, I'm a little biased because I have already seen part of season 6, so I know that we do see the other heroes to an extent. This person was saying that us seeing those heroes will be at Cat Noir's expense, and I do kind of agree to that. I think Alia has had a more active role so far in this season. I mean, her role has been increasing throughout the entire series as she found out Marinette's identity, but I definitely think that the existence of more and more heroes coming in will put Cat Noir to the sideline, but I don't think that's going to be the focus of the plot like it was in season 4. I think that we're going to focus more on Marinette's secrets that she's actually keeping. Okay, so the next unpopular opinion we actually have two opinions by Mooney Tunes. And they say, I really like Felix's character and storyline, and I think he should be not gone yet on a redemption arc. I would like to see him struggling in season 6 and slowly learning to become a real hero and a better person, because for now he is clearly just acting for his own motives. Equals free all Sentimonsters, which is a good goal, but his methods are questionable. So I agree with this. I think it would be nice to see more of a character arc for Felix, but the way the writing's going, I think that they will probably taper off the Felix storyline and stop talking about him as much. In season 5, obviously we see his background. He does a lot more in emotion and representation. I think that's probably as far as the writers are going to go in terms of talking about his character. Obviously, I think we'll see him more. Maybe Filagami, we'll see a couple more cute moments. But as far as character development, I don't think that he will do a whole lot more besides maybe, something about him knowing Marinette's identity at the end that could play somewhat of a role in the show. And their second opinion, Filagami makes a lot of sense to me because, hear me out, Filagami fell for an idealized version of Adrien his father made for him. She stated in lies that she did not like Adrien's goofy, carefree theater kid side because she thought it was not the real him. In emotion, she tells Adrien/Felix that she likes that he's become bolder. So she fell for an Adrien that was perfect, but also calm, serious, and bold. All of Felix's character traits to say. Plus, since they have literally the same nature, both Sentimonsters, a similar upbringing, and are in some way similar to each other, I could see how the relationship develops naturally. They make each other better. Kagami is able to stand out for herself, and Felix is able to acknowledge that his actions and behavior are in fact problematic. Making them in a couple in representation seems a bit rushed, yes, and I do agree that it was a bit soon, but their chemistry was flowing so naturally, and we don't really know how much time happened between pretension and representation. But the ship should not be treated as a redemption trope on its own. I agree with that. I think that story-wise, Filagami makes sense. Felix is kind of in lies. Kagami does say that Adrien is goofing off a little bit too much. I don't remember the exact words. I can see why she would fall for somebody more like Felix, but then again, I don't know. I feel like it's just they were just flung together for fun. But I still do love them. Okay, the next opinion is by Aesthetic Girly 542. And she says, I like Adrien's look/appearance more in the show rather than the movie. Like, Adrien looks like a kid rather than a 14, 15-year-old in the movie. I don't know if I've ever thought about this. I feel like I don't really care. I like the designs in both the movie and the two designs that we now have in the show. I do think that he looks kind of accurate to a 14, 15-year-old boy. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those, but they do appear younger. I do like I am biased in that I like the first show design more than all of the other designs because I feel like there's so much nostalgia there, but I do agree that he looks older in that design as opposed to the other ones. Simply Jules says, this show literally normalizes stalking. Marinette's not just in love with Adrian, she's obsessed, and the same with Adrian and Ladybug. So this argument has been said time and time again. I don't think this is an unpopular opinion per se, and I do think that the show does normalize stalking, but I will argue that at the end of the day, overly cartoonish stalking that we see even in season 6 is a trope in a lot of children's TV. Am I saying that that's a good thing? No, but it's hard to hold it to a different standard than other kids' media when a lot of them are also doing that. But I do think, especially with Adrian being obsessed with Ladybug and Marinette being obsessed with Adrian in the beginning seasons, that maybe that should have been handled in a different way. And I also think that Marinette should have received more repercussions for her actions. Somebody should have called her out on that more than just like Alia simply being like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, I think somebody should have actually told her that it was wrong. Topaz Q McLean says, like Alia said in Elation, Marinette was saying she was in love with Cat Noir to get over Adrian. So basically, she treated Cat like therapy in a sort of way. I don't know how I feel about this, because I think that the time that she spent with Cat Noir as Ladybug she definitely developed an adoration for him in doing that. Do I think that maybe she moved on a little fast and that it was maybe not the best decision after she was trying to get over Adrian? Yes, I do think it was rushed on her part, and I do think that maybe she was trying to get over Adrian by just, having a rebound. But I think she genuinely had feelings for Cat Noir. At the end of the day, they are the same person. They have the same personality, basically, and they are the same person. So I think there's only so much you can talk about a guy that's the same person. Glory 910 says, my unpopular opinion is season 5 should have been the last season. Don't get me wrong. I love the show, but the show should have ended by now, and I don't know how they're going to stretch out the story. I 100% agree with this fact. I was considering making a video on the fact that the show writers said that they were planning to extend the show to 14 seasons. My opinion, I don't think any show needs to be 14 seasons. There's a lot of shows that I adore with all my heart, and I love Miraculous, but 14 seasons, I'm actually going to have kids by then. And that's a scary thought, I don't know if I want to sit down with my kids and also watch Miraculous, a show that I've been watching since I was in middle school. But I do agree that I think in an ideal world, maybe it would only be 5 seasons. But I do like what they're doing with Lila. I just hope they don't drag it out for too long, because I love the show, but at some point, you need to just bite the bullet and have the characters reveal themselves. This is by Super Silly BRY. Unpopular opinion. Adrianette is so forced and weird. Marinette, firstly, didn't treat her love for Adrian right. She was totally weird and stalked him until it affected herself. Also, Adrian switching up on Marinette was so forced. It happened so fast because he never showed much feelings for her before. I cannot agree with Adrianette being forced and weird. I think that there's definitely more of a nuanced conversation there. I don't think Adrian turned around suddenly and was like, oh wait, Marinette's an option, I should go for her. I think that was always an undertone of the show, from the umbrella scene to even, I hate the statue scene, but that's when Adrian claims that he started seeing Marinette differently. They've always had a special connection in their own way, and especially because in this argument you're failing to consider that Cat Noir has also interacted with Marinette a ton. They've hung out as Cat Noir and Marinette, and she's always been really understanding of his situation. And I also think your feelings can develop for somebody pretty fast. I don't think it was forced. I think it was built up. Mel Mill 2 says, Chloe should have had a villain arc, not a bully arc, like a full villain arc. Her mom barely knows she exists, and when she tried to impress her, she got replaced by her own dang half-sister, for a reason that didn't even affect the holders, who were revealed in Miracle Queen despite Hawkmoth knowing who they are. Constantly mocked by said replacement and told by pretty much everyone that she is better than you, and when you're rightfully peeved, you're told to control your anger. Give her the Peacock Miraculous or something and have her do everything in her power to take down her formal idol for ruining her life. So I actually disagree with this fully, and obviously no hate to the person involved, but I just don't want Chloe in the show anymore. Well, there's more to that. I want them to do something productive with her. If they're going to bring her into the show, I want them to just fully either, destroy her character, give her a villain arc, or make her good, give her redemption. But at this point, I don't really care what happens to her character. I honestly would prefer her to just stay out of the show, because if you were gonna redeem her, you should have redeemed her when, it was working for you. And this says that she was constantly mocked by said replacement and told by pretty much everyone that she's better than you, and when you're rightfully peeved. So I would say that she was not really mocked by Zoe all that much, and the mocking maybe that Zoe did was in fact deserved, because I feel like you're leaving out in this conversation, you're leaving out all of the bullying that Chloe was doing to everyone around her. So I definitely think that she's not the victim at all in this situation. Okay, and Bunny XMI1 has a lot of unpopular opinions for me, but they say, I kind of love and also hate at the same time how the writers don't really care what the fans think about the episodes, because to be fair, writing and producing a show is a lot of work, so I appreciate the fact that at least most of the seasons and episodes of Miraculous are very good and interesting, because like I said before, writing and making a show is a lot of work. So I'm a little bit confused what you mean by this. I do agree that writing and making the show is a lot of work, and it is difficult to do, but I would also say that it is public. I am allowed to make videos and critique anything that the writers do, and I can say that they're doing a bad job, even if I couldn't necessarily do anything better. But I do think some things in the show are so heinous that I do in fact need to call them out. But yeah, I don't think we should be hating on every single aspect of the show, and I also don't think that we should be praising blindly every single thing in the show. But if you do either of those things, that's your right too. I see people say Ladybug treats Cat Noir badly, but she doesn't. Yeah, she gets angry and annoyed with him, but she loves him and cares about him as a partner / best friend. I 100% agree with this. I actually think that Marinette and Ladybug she is behaving in the 100% right way in this situation. I'm assuming this commenter is talking about how she snapped at Cat Noir more in the earlier seasons when he was trying to, get with her, when he was flirting with her all the time, and she would be like, hey, no, I don't want that. And I think that is 100% warranted. Obviously, if you don't want something to happen, you should 100% stick up for yourself and say, I'm not comfortable with that. In that situation, she is only asserting her boundaries. And if you think that she was too mean to Cat Noir, then you're just saying that you don't care about her own personal space and what she wants for herself. So personally, I think that her behavior towards Cat Noir in the earlier seasons is completely warranted, because she is not obligated to talk to this person. She is not obligated to have him flirt with her. She's 100% right in asserting her boundaries with him. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I had so much fun compiling and listening and reacting to all of these unpopular opinions. And if you have your own opinion to share, please comment down below. But also make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. And also, if you have any video recommendations or things you want to see, even outside of the Miraculous universe, please do comment down below what type of things you would want me to see. Anyways, have a miraculous day. Bye!